My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. Notice: intellectual property theft is particularly egregious and equally unlawful where the sole inventor and creator of the intellectual property is the targeted individual. Erica Lorraine Spencer, subject to the unconstitutional and inhumane government system of gang stalking, otherwise referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices, because of which the intellectual property created by the targeted individual, who is, in fact, Erica Lorraine Spencer, as the intellectual property also proves, serves to establish via evidence and expose the existence of criminal surveillance and thus an inherent threat posed by the U.S. government and the civilian population sharing engagement in the unlawful system. Such evidence that includes all of the content created by Erica Lorraine Spencer, images, videos, audio, etc., belongs solely and entirely to Erica Lorraine Spencer only and is necessarily published online in order to protect her life, safety, and liberty as the targeted individual, who is also the intellectual property owner, no less protected from theft procured through targeting by a public entity. Theft of any intellectual property belonging to Erica Lorraine Spencer, which is necessarily committed while she, being both creator and inventor, remains oppressed by the public entity via criminal surveillance, is a criminal and inhumane means of infringement under all circumstances and not protected nor enforceable pursuant to any invalid or fraudulent acts of copyright, trademarks, patents, etc., including as it pertains to any ideas associated with or generated from the intellectual property or the intellectual property owner, Erica Lorraine Spencer, whether creative, business, or otherwise, nor does the intellectual property owner consent to any such means of infringement and theft. Seven Thomas 15418. The old white male with the brown cowboy hat on. That's the U.S. military stalking in commercial planes. Audibly, that is conspicuously, with Stater Brothers. So you'll see me taking pictures of them stalking in the aisles while the entity is stalking by planes in the parking lot. They're monitoring. And that's a business that's criminally monitoring, a business that's engaging in what is a federal RICO conspiring murder while doing so in concert with the U.S. government. And it is currently 6:03 a.m. where the entity is deviating farther and farther from the town square to maintain stalking activity with commercial planes, which is the P.O.C. It is Stater Brothers at 646 West Holt Boulevard at 6:03 a.m. where they have yet to even open the entrance doors while they're gang stalking me. And I am on surveillance cameras. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, entrance is coinciding with the pacing with the planes. Just want you to hear that. This is the same activity. Oh, I've got it, thank you. This is the same activity at the town square. This is the U.S. military. These are the mentally ill. They're demons. Remember David Quinones and everybody working under that third party is being federally prosecuted. And they're engaging in the perpetual sex offense. This is where the fake sun is documented from literally sunrise until sunset, like I documented on Wednesday with the fake sun over me at this same parking lot after 5 p.m. They're all gang stalking with the U.S. military, and there is no controversy here. This is Stater Brothers, which is the entity, the state, admitting that they're engaged in criminal surveillance, which only a threat to the American public is communicated by virtue of that engagement in the pattern of conduct. Okay, so blatantly, this while you're levying war, this is an open communication with regard to what are a threat to those that threaten, poison American citizens, which Stater Brothers is engaging in. While they're gang stalking you, it is a threat to your safety. And they're doing so with the U.S. government. Stater Brothers is not a private party. It's 6:05 a.m. This is P.O.C. Kia is gang stalking at register number 1. Good morning. Are the restrooms open?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay. P.O.C. This is also what you're aware of. It's bathroom monitoring as well. It is 6:05 a.m. Premier National Solutions are the gang stalkers engaging in what is the role as a vendor while engaging in the federal group stalking and monitoring, and specifically the African American female you'll see in the images. It's at 6:12 a.m. right now. She's monitoring me while I'm walking into the entrance, and the store alarm is a means of activity creation while she unwittingly tries to exit the store with the grocery cart, which the design of the store that they're monitoring me with and monitoring my vagina with, while they engage in what is using the store alarm to engage in surveillance in the bathroom. And they also do that while they are monitoring inside of the store. These are a bunch of demons that do that. They're mentally ill, and they engage in that stalking conduct in the same way that the U.S. military does. It's just all occurring on the inside of a building, and this building is a grocery store, and it's absolutely psychotic. It's as psychotic as stalking me inside of a small market such as 7-Eleven, stalking me inside of a library building such as the Upland Public Library, stalking me while I'm walking down the street such as on the roads and the highways, using planes and helicopters to do so. This is the entity that's engaging in that pattern of conduct, and that is, again, Premier National Solutions, I believe. They're engaged in the pattern of conduct with the U.S. military that's maintaining plane activity, and so they're like, oh, I didn't know, and it's not even a matter of knowledge. Oh no, I really did not know. That's not where you're going to be federally prosecuted. First of all, they do know they intentionally maintain activity creation. That's why the entity has a fake sun rising and setting. This is the entity that, again, is surrounded with evidence. So essentially, you can be absolutely silent, and I'm going to prosecute you. But the entity is engaging in what is unwittingly. Okay, this is the role that a psychopath plays. Oh, I didn't know that the store alarm was going to go off as I try to take the shopping cart outside. They're monitoring, and yes, she did know. These are psychopaths that are monitoring with the government that you just heard stalking. There's no airport traffic that's going to be disturbing the peaceful community that would be, but for gang stalking. Okay, the entity that's hovering over the parking lot is intentionally walking out of the store as a means of using the store alarm for light activity and audible activity. So I did take a picture of this fat-faced African-American female. This is a demon, and that company that she works for is also gang stalking me, and that is Stater Brothers that's engaging in that pattern of conduct, corrupt business practices, while they're engaged in what is a conspiracy to murder, and they're doing so at Stater Brothers at 646 West Holt Boulevard, and Stater Brothers is gang stalking with the entire state of California. So while anyone, anywhere, including any business inside of any municipality is gang stalking, that municipality is gang stalking, which is where a state is engaging in the pattern of conduct. And that's what you also need to understand. I've documented far more than just Stater Brothers, far more than just David Quinones. Okay, this is documentation regarding where anyone is engaging in the pattern of conduct. It's exposing the government. All right, it is P.O.C. It is currently 6:15 a.m. Gang stalking with the people of the state in the parking lot. Okay, a co-conspirator of murder, short little lady you'd never suspect. She's a demon. She's a cold-blooded demon that's gang stalking. 8 Palm, Indiana Mary, 644, in position with the light activity while the entity. You hear that extraordinarily loud plane activity over at Stater Brothers. You got the USPS gang stalking, going grocery shopping while gang stalking with the U.S. government. License, I already got them. 8 Xavier Paul 1D433. You see, USPS, that's the feds, by the way. That's gang stalking. I got it, hon. This is monitoring. Everything she's saying, she's audible activity. All right, for Yolanda, Uncle Charlie, 952. That's United States Postal Service. That's going to the grocery store. Like the fire department that likes to go grocery shopping and gang stalking. This is P.O.C. These are serial killers that are gang stalking. Demons. All right, at 646 West Holt Boulevard, P.O.C. It is, by the way, 648, where the entity has planes taken off from the parking lot. Yeah, P.O.C. You will see images that I'm capturing as I get this audio of the entity stalking with plane activity. I'm at campus in Holt Boulevard where the people of the state are stalking on the roads and the highways, conspiring the murder of an American citizen. This is the levying of war by the people of the state. 9 Xavier, Charlie Robert, 715. This is a female. She's a demon. That's what you need to know. This is what you're understanding about the demon possessed. That and the mental illness that is shared by a population. They're all under a fake sun. They're all mentally ill. They're all stalking. They're all sex offenders. Okay? And the U.S. government's gang stalking with millions of people. And this is the people of the state that shall be prosecuted as domestic terrorists. 8 Mary Sam Victor 386. 9 Charlie Yolanda Larry 792. Fausto Garcia. If we've got any immigrants in the state of California, they are all being deported, and their businesses will not exist. Their businesses are a means of criminal monitoring. 8 Uncle David Nancy 476. And remember, while I'm at campus in Holt, the plane activity that you heard while I'm at Stater Brothers. Okay, license 7 Bob 0 Kelly 865. License 9 Robert Xavier Mary 523. And the entity is engaged in what is stalking in the path, driving down the alleys, maintaining what is presence all around me, while the entity is keeping a fake sun on Holt Boulevard. And that fake sun is progressing east, remaining in front of me on Holt Boulevard. And that is not over San Antonio. That's not San Antonio Avenue. It's not going to be over the people of the state's facilitating venues on that street. It's not occurring at the same time. Neither are there any planes that are going to be flying over the neighborhoods as I'm even on Holt Boulevard. And the entity is maintaining the same stalking conduct. This is just giving you the ongoing analysis. This entire state is being prosecuted. It's going to be martial law. 9 Kelly Frank 023. 93303 George 3. 7 Thomas Zebra Wendy 999. This is Church's Chicken over here. Cardenas 68065 Kelly 3. Omnitrans, you already know that they're gang stalking, and they're doing so with Ontario Police, capturing it in images, and the Ontario Fire Department at Holt and Euclid. That's bus 2350. License 1545684, and that entire bus line is being federally prosecuted. It's the same with Foothill Transit. It's the same with Orange County Transit. It's the same with Metrolink, Amtrak. It's the same with the Metro in Los Angeles. The entities engaged in the P.O.C. This is showing how every area of American society that's sharing in surveillance, and I'm prosecuting them while they are incapable or unwilling. It's both, because they're mentally ill. And that's relevant to mental illness. You're going to be committed with your inability to refrain from terrorizing and further into murdering someone. But the entity has shown that it is engaging in surveillance in every aspect, especially what is a threat to the American public. The modes of transportation, travel. Okay, license 9 Edward Jerry Yolanda 048. This is P.O.C. It is currently 7:29 a.m. All right, this is documenting the corporate entities that are surveillance with the U.S. military. All right, the puppets of the city of Ontario are indeed gang stalking, and that is surveillance in the sky space where the government does not have any. They're operating outside of what they have any constitutional authority to engage in and commit. The entity that's engaged in the pattern of conduct, the entity that's maintaining criminal surveillance, the entity that's doing so is the corrupt corporate entities such as Griffith Company that I'm going to shut down. I'm going to federally prosecute them, and that company will no longer exist. They're engaging in what is domestic terrorism and facilitating domestic terrorism and funding domestic terrorism. These are demons as well. And your knowledge of all that is based on the demons of the gang that are the Ontario Police that engaged in criminal summoning right here at this venue. Okay. And that was prior to
daylight savings time, which is you're affording an hour, okay? That's never going to reconcile, in other words, for the duration of time that the sun is necessarily at one address, which is literally antithetical to the sun itself. That's a constant moving gaseous ball of fire that does not sit above the top of our heads, that doesn't hover over buildings, that doesn't sit beside the windows of the first, second, third floor, whatever building that you're inside of. This is how you are aware of what is stalking. The entity is stalking in the sky space while I'm documenting Griffith Company. Demons that are maintaining what is construction for the Olympics that this entity anticipates they're going to be around for in order to witness. That's actually going to happen. Nonetheless, they're maintaining construction, which is criminal presence and activity, while the entity is stalking with commercial planes. And Stater Brothers is much more west of this location when you're listening to the podcast of that audible activity as though a plane is going to be taking off, even heard in the sky space, let alone being over that sky space when they're taking off from the airport. Ontario police are engaged in criminal summoning. Those gang members are going to prison. They are being disbanded. They are being prosecuted for treason, as are companies like Griffith Company. And they're doing so with that are mentally ill. You're looking at psychopathic pacing, and you're looking at what is psychopathic pacing by the entity maintaining noise under a fake sun, and impunity that's relevant to damages, and the entity that's being prosecuted. Remember, Griffith Company is gang stalking with the gang members of the city of Montclair. They're gang stalking with the gang members of the city of Fontana, and they're doing so while they are focusing on an object, in other words, stalking me by focusing on whatever is near me. That's a psychopath. That's a vagina monitor. That's a demon. And this is the entity that's going to be shut down. Griffith Company is a threat to the public, as are the establishments where the entity is maintaining the pattern of conduct. Pacific Tire, where I'm right here on this street, and this is during the 10 a.m., 11 a.m. hour, which will be 11 a.m., 12 p.m. during daylight savings time. And there is no natural environment. It doesn't exist where the entity is maintaining what is stalking. That's what you're getting from that impossibility, which I continuously capture for you. This is P.O.C. It's 7:42 a.m. Alrighty, that is indeed the U.S. military. That is stalking, flying in circles, doing a U-turn over HOLT Boulevard in alignment to me. Big sun is over me, where the people that say they're stalking. This is engaging in what is just blatant stalking. These are the suicidal demons that have admitted to gang stalking. This is the U.S. military that's going to be prosecuted for treason. And you also have FedEx that's going to be federally prosecuted. License 39280 George 4 is federally prosecuted by virtue of gang stalking by the government under the fake sun. What you're also going to pay attention to is the document regarding Mayfair Inn. And I'm at this same entrance of Mayfair Inn in the evening, where the fake is over me at this same street. And the entity is engaged in the same criminal pattern of conduct, and doing so in, I believe it's 2018, 2019. I'm going to attach that video so you can see the fake sun in the evening. It's after 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and UPS is gang stalking, hovering over while I am in that parking lot right here at Mayfair Inn that was monitoring me inside of a hotel room. The people of the state are, where they have the evidence of the government exposing them, prosecuting them for me. All right, this is the population, the people that say that are being federally prosecuted for treason, and they're going to be subject to martial law. And this is the entity that's going to be isolated from the rest of the American public while they're monitoring you on communication devices and stalking you as the demon possessed, keeping your genitalia under surveillance, going into the grocery store, going into the bathroom, going into the library where they don't even read, going into whatever it is, paying for a hotel room to keep you under surveillance, gang stalk you. The entity literally just did a U-turn over this building in alignment to me, where the fake sun is, where I'm never at. This is the Social Security Office, 1100 East Holt Boulevard. This is Mayfair Inn. The fake sun is setting on this street as I have it as a matter of historic documentation. The entity keeping the fake sun from sunrise till sunset over Mayfair Inn. This is what the entity is engaging in while they're isolating, and that's because they're stalkers. So I am the center of the universe, and I am leading them into a federal prosecution for treason. I am leading them into exposure as domestic terrorists, and to worldwide exposure as the demon possessed. All right, they are the exposure of the beast system, and that's why they are forced to expose themselves, where evidence shows that you maintained a fake sun over Mayfair Inn way back in 2019. When is it ever going to be over me in Fontana, California, or in Pomona, California, outside of a window of a bus, going from city to city and sitting over Woodside senior apartments, flying over the Stater Brothers parking lot? When is that happening? At the same time, it's not. You're looking at what is ongoing satanic, that is desperate effort to be next to me wherever I am monitoring. Okay, this is the This is the entity that's speaking to a whole establishment that's gang stalking while you access the venue. It's an admission regarding the entity that's gang stalking where they live, where they work, where they have access. That's what they use to engage in the P.O.C. 8 KKD 491. You just saw the U.S. military making a U-turn in plane. He's monitoring. And he's a psychopath. He's a sex offender. So is Griffith Company. Corporate entities gang stalking. Corporations that are not going to exist anymore. They're not going to exist anymore. This is P.O.C. That's mental illness that you can hear audibly. Okay? And you're looking at what is the movie, if there ever was one, regarding mental illness. It's gang stalking in the state of California, which is gang stalking that's going on in the United States. This is a vagina monitor. Ladies, pay attention. He might be a homosexual as well. Pay attention. This is a demon that's engaging in criminal activity. He's a psychopath. P.O.C. All right? This is the pattern of conduct. And the mental illness that's shown while you're stalking in planes is shared by the mental illness by those who are the people of the state. This is a business that's not going to be here. It's not elite. There's nothing elite about them. And I'm going to prosecute this little mom and pop, empty, no customer having, demon possessed gang stalking company. P.O.C. Here's the U.S. military showing itself. All right, there you go. All right, are we in Afghanistan or is this Southern California? What it is demons stalking, and they do so showing themselves. And what is not a commercial airline company, a commercial airline plane, the moment that I do something different, move from the sidewalk and throw something away in the trash can, immediately that's a demon that's monitoring. This is exceeding stalking. FedEx just did a U-turn. You're stalking me. I'm going down the street. You got all these demons that are following me. You have the fake sun. You know where I'm at. What's the purpose of one plane after another after another? The U.S. military are mentally ill. They're homosexuals. They're demon possessed, and they're engaged in criminal monitoring, and they're being prosecuted for treason. Okay, and they're being prosecuted for crimes against humanity. All right, this is inhumane while they're monitoring, while they are psychotic, mentally ill. This is diagnosis by prosecution, and the U.S. military has been federally prosecuted in front of the world upon social media, and it's going to be a matter of what is a conviction of the U.S. military, the U.S. government in court, in a tribunal, within the four walls of a tribunal. But this is very much the real case. There is no sun that's going to be at HOLT and Grove at 7:53 in the morning. The entity is maintaining the fake sun over me at a plethora of venues, including different cities and counties, okay? But this is the entity that's, including when I'm on Omnitrans on 61, going already to Fontana, passing this intersection. And when I'm coming from Fontana, like in the middle of the afternoon after Michael Dorsey is stalking me by helicopter, which is the U.S. military, maintaining the pattern of conduct in Fontana, and then I get on in the middle of the afternoon and I'm crossing path with the same Chevron, and the U.S. military is stalking me with commercial planes in the afternoon at the same intersection. That was the U.S. military showing true to form. And we're not in Afghanistan. This is in Bosnia. This is the P.O.C., however. And they're mentally ill. While they're engaged in the P.O.C., it is diagnosis by prosecution. And they all share in that mental illness. These are the demon possessed. And they're no longer secretly amongst us. They're not humans. They're demons. All right, this is P.O.C. All right, license 8 Victor Henry Frank 986. 9 Apple Edward Yolanda 680. Gang stalking on the roads and the highways is a means of what is prosecuting the state of California. California Highway Patrol, by the way, the governor is engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct, profiting from it, facilitating it. This is terrorism. That is what is a terrorist leader. And they're doing so in conformity to the U.S. government's pattern of conduct that's happening nationwide. The entity is psychotic, okay? So when they are caught red-handed, which the government never intended to do, they engage in what is repeating it as though the plan was to get caught. The plan is to be prosecuted, right? The plan is to be known that you're engaging in what is high crimes that are classified. Right, that was done on purpose. Okay, this is P.O.C. It is currently 7:55 a.m. This is gang stalking, which is domestic terrorism, and it's treason by the people of the state. Of everything that's ongoing, this is demonic. This is Paul Leon being prosecuted. All right, you're defunding. There will be no Ontario Civic Center. There's not going to be any mayor's office, city council. There's not going to be any city library. You're not going to employ terrorists that are engaging in the P.O.C. while emptying the garbage in relevant position while the entity is stalking in commercial airline planes, maintaining an environment like we are in Baghdad. They're the mentally ill. That was literally Southwest Airlines that did a cartwheel over the building. Very psychotic.
Very psychotic. This is the United States Postal Service engaging in what is targeting American citizens. The United States Postal Service, they represent the feds as well, just so you know. They're engaged in criminal surveillance, and they're behind this wall monitoring, stalking with noise. I'll show you the fake son. Psychopathic pacing. One demon after another entering in. Same vehicle. And remember the documentation of 1555 East Holt. The fake son's here after 3 p.m. This is where the entity is stalking in commercial planes, and the mentally ill are stalking in commercial planes and stalking in dumpster trucks and stalking at a post office and stalking under a fake sun. This is what the mentally ill are doing. This is P.O.C. Remember, they're engaged in federal stalking. They also engage in what is stalking me in the path while accessing bank accounts that belong to me, accessing money and property to make it appear on devices while they're engaging in surveillance that it's me accessing it in order to make sure they don't sound any alarms. They're being prosecuted. This is P.O.C. This is the fake son over the United States Postal Service. It's terrorism. P.O.C. It is currently 8:25 a.m. All right, this is the United States Postal Service gang stalking. P.O.C. It's 8:32 a.m. 8:32 a.m. All right, occupation by other customers, patrons, people is means for stalking. So this is the P.O.C. Then you're getting to the RICO against the way in which the corrupt business here at the United States Postal Service is monitoring. Good morning. I am here to pick up mail. I'll give you my ID. My name is Erica Spencer.
Mm-hmm. I need your ID.
Yeah.
What is it?
For a general.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, can you check both? I was told there's a difference, general mail and I guess packaging, whatever.
Oh yeah, but it's still the same thing, baby. If you have a package on it.
Yeah, that's not what they said before. Alrighty.
Sometimes these people, they don't understand. These keys are kind of funny. They look like they don't want to go in, and it's a certain way.
What goes in?
So this doesn't here. Well, okay. So he said if you can't get it open, it should be the right key.
Yeah, it is.
You
Right.
can't. He said put it back in your mailbox.
Okay.
When he goes out there today, he's gonna. No, I don't see anything check it
for
and
you
find
today.
out.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
You're
welcome.
I think it's, I think they just, they don't think it works, but it does. But I don't know. I'm not out there, so.
Okay.
Try it again. He said, tell them try it again if they can't get it open because sometimes they're a little stuck. Like,
Yeah.
you have to go left first before right, you know? Like, kind of like it's a weird lock.
All right.
But, okay,
Okay.
try it again. If not, put it back in your mailbox. He said and he'll get it later today.
All right.
And he'll get you either the right key or see what's going on with that
You
key.
can put it on the patio. I mean, if that's okay.
Oh.
But, yeah.
It's a guy, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you, bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Quick question. I just wanted to make sure, do you still have me down as receiving general mail?
But we don't take you off. Whatever
okay.
comes here, we just put there, baby.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Okay, it's 8:36 a.m. This is P.O.C. And that's the United States Postal Service that is engaged in targeting with the U.S. That is the U.S. government, by the way. But targeting literally with the U.S. military that's stalking me, and the USPS, the United States Postal Service, is stalking. While that fake sun's over the venue, that's exactly how the law recognizes it, while they maintain the environment conducive to criminal surveillance and furtherance of murdering. This is also relevant to the United States Postal Service that has intentionally, pursuant to the P.O.C. of targeting me, withheld mail regarding court hearings, regarding property. The United States Postal Service is claiming I don't have any mail, that I didn't receive anything. The provision of access to my mail, such as people such as Tracy Banks, the entity maintaining fake conservatorships, powers of attorney, things that exist unbeknownst to me while I'm living my life. I'm in college, I'm in law school, I'm living on my own. You have a whole illusion regarding, well, it's an illusion, but it's a very real illusion because somebody else, this entity, is stealing my money, stealing my property, my identity, while I am in every regard oblivious to it, ignorant to it, and under no circumstances dependent upon Tracy Banks or anybody else.
okay? Never before have I ever received food stamps until this entity started gang stalking me by helicopters, and they pulled out the helicopters because they were monitoring me and they knew that I became aware of it. And that's when the entity went in full throttle with the psychotic behavior that I'm documenting now in order to prosecute for treason. I have never been a recipient of any government assistance, and I'm not judging anyone that has. It just has never been my situation. The only assistance I ever had was financing my college education and my legal education. That's it, okay? So this is all a product of targeting, and it's relevant. The United States Postal Service is engaged in what is stealing my property, doing so by withholding. Those are federal cases. I just want to be clear, like many of those, you're talking about mail fraud, you're talking about what is a baseline. I believe those are very serious federal charges. You're talking about a minimum of 10 years. And this is what the entity is doing while they're gang stalking. The United States Postal Service is gang stalking, while Southwest Airlines gives me evidence to prosecute the United States Postal Service under the fake sun. It's currently 8:38 a.m. This is P.O.C. This is San Bernardino County Transitional Assistance Department that's engaged in criminal surveillance. This is the malice of the state's pattern of conduct, stalking outside, U.S. military, on the inside with the people of the state. Same gang stalker, Allied Universal as well. And then you're going to listen to the malice of the entity. This is the state of California and San Bernardino County. This is P.O.C. It's 8:45 a.m. under the fake sun. You know exactly who I am. You're targeting. This is fraud by San Bernardino County while they are engaging in what is maintaining the SNAP welfare system. In doing so, while this entity is targeting stealing my money, stealing my identity, San Bernardino County is a part of that theft, and they are engaging in fraud while they are providing me food stamps as though I am actually impoverished. Okay, being a subject of targeting by San Bernardino County, I'm going to prosecute them for that. Mantener proteja sus beneficios con la careta de chip y toque. It's 8:47 a.m. Getting in line, helping the customers, traffic. Good morning. P.O.C. Hi, I have an appointment to meet with the office for it's the SNAP program.
So you have an appointment already?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get you checked in. You have your case number?
I can get it. Okay.
So you have an appointment checked in?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so just put in your case number and your date of birth so we can get you checked in. Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to let you know that Social Security is there for approval.
Okay.
But but they never came in the mail.
Okay, let's get you checked in and you can go see it. So you have your case number?
No.
You have your EBT card or any card?
No. But I got my ID card.
Right, so just go ahead and line one and then pull you by your social security number.
See.
Okay, right here, line one. Yes, go to that, put submit. It's gonna ask you for your birthday. Okay, that's your appointment time? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, check in. Yes, that's your appointment check-in. Hit okay.
Do I need to take a picture of that or something?
No, just print it out.
Oh, print it, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to check in. I know I'm here early, but I was like, maybe they'll meet with me earlier or something. I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
you should go with your appointment time, because
okay.
if it's assigned worker, they have other appointments to go with.
Okay.
But just go ahead and keep that, listen out for it, it's gonna come and they're gonna announce it on the speaker.
Okay.
And then also keep your eye on the board, it'll tell you which window to go to.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
San Bernardino County Transitional Assistance Department, which is the state of California, is in violation of privacy laws while they are engaging in criminal surveillance and maintaining this office. Everything that is being discussed is a matter of public information monitoring me, including the office. Okay, this is the P.O.C. I'm going to prosecute for that as well. This is the entity that's maintaining a whole illusion regarding the reality of what's going on versus the laws that speak to how things are supposed to occur. And the San Bernardino County TAD office, San Bernardino County, is in clear, glaring violation of state, local, state, and federal laws. While they're in here monitoring with the people of the state, they're in here monitoring. This is P.O.C. It is currently 8:50 a.m. It is currently 9:47 a.m. Allied Universal is gang stalking. They've got 3 third parties that are engaging in the P.O.C. under the guise of being employed. It's criminal surveillance. And they are vacillating employees in the same way. They're pacing, and they in the same way that the people of the state are coming in, getting in line, talking to the county about their, and it's all a matter of, this is the entity that has waived its privacy right by gang stalking with the government. And by waiving that privacy right, understand that these are demons that are exposing the farce that is the United States, protected by the Constitution. Well, the United States of America, that is governed by the U.S. Constitution and the maintenance of privacy based on what the U.S. government is actually engaging in, okay? And this is why the people of the state have waived privacy rights. They are conducting themselves and existing as though they are substantially similar to the targeted individuals that they are keeping under surveillance. That's malice, and that is also not the constitutional framework. They are the entity, and they're going to be treated this way with regard to the prosecution, the reality of what the United States is doing. The entity's pacing in and out of the door that I'm sitting in front of. It's got the letter A above it, A as an apple. They are pacing pursuant to monitoring me on my devices. As I plug in my phone to the outlet, a demon is opening the door, closing the door that's stocked with activity. As I'm, for example, walking on the sidewalk outside at Holt Boulevard, and I deviate from that activity, engage in a change of activity by walking off of the sidewalk to approach a trash can, like I documented at Grove and Hope Boulevard, a demon in a large aircraft, which is the U.S. military, immediately, simultaneously sounds amplified plane activity while the fake sun is over me. These are psychopaths that are monitoring, okay? They are exceeding stalking. And the entity is engaged in that while they are monitoring inside. San Bernardino County is engaging in what is the federal stalking under Title 18. And they're doing so while they are monitoring literally with the people of the state that come in, aware of the fact that they don't have any privacy. This is the same thing, the phenomenon, I find it to be a phenomenon, that you are engaged in all manner of existing. They have sex, husbands and wives, their children, everything about their lifestyle is open amongst each other. They have no privacy, and they are violating the privacy of those that have a constitutional expectation based on being a private citizen in the United States, or so you think. The entity is walking into San Bernardino County and waiving that intentionally, aware, knowing that everything about their Social Security or their Medi-Cal and their need for, cash assistance, all of this is merely a means of stalking me. But it's all public information. Okay, so this is the entity that's engaging in that, and this is speaking to the willingness, and the engagement in that. It's speaking to what the whole purpose of the people of the state are, what the whole purpose of this country is, and this is to maintain a whole system regarding targeting those that are unaware that they're being targeted, are unaware that they are under surveillance, are unaware that this is a whole existing system. Okay, that's speaking to the real purpose and what the United States is actually consumed with and engaged in, and what it's engaged in abroad, and what it has agreed to commit against American citizens in concert with other nations. Okay, it's essentially, if you think about it, putting it in terms of non-believers, it's a massive humiliation ritual in the United States against American citizens that are being targeted. The United States is targeting American citizens with those outside of the nation. Okay, and it is it's the practice of witchcraft. It is criminal monitoring. It is surveillance. It's satanic, and it's a massive humiliation ritual with regard to what the entity that is the United States and the people of the state, who make up the public entity. They're not private citizens. While they are maintaining a whole illusion regarding reality, life as you know it in the United States versus what the entity, the United States, the people of the state are actually doing, and they are in agreement. They are sharing in that with those that are outside of the United States, and they enter into the United States, maintaining that illusion. And that is speaking to people like myself who are unaware about the system that they are being attacked by. And it is essentially a massive humiliation ritual, okay? This is the entity that's going to be federally prosecuted for treason. Nonetheless, San Bernardino County is engaging in what is monitoring me. While you're monitoring me, you know exactly who I am. And they are in violation of their own laws and rules, as the government is, in violation of the rules while you're engaging in the pattern of conduct. It's just exposing the heights of hypocrisy. But they are in violation of their own rules, policies, guidelines, and laws at every level while they're engaging in what is monitoring. And it is also an admission at the same time that you know who I am while you are indeed monitoring. The entity literally followed me to San Bernardino County at 1627 East Holt. What is going on the inside of the building? It is the P.O.C. What's going on in the parking lot? It is the P.O.C. San Bernardino County is the entity, and they're going to be prosecuted for that. It's P.O.C. It's crossing a path, activity creation, and they engage in that with simultaneity to my operation on my device. They do that while at the same time the entity amplifies plane activity. They're doing that under the fake sun. These are demons, and this is the government, San Bernardino County, state of California. If you go to the California website, you will see Gavin Newsom. You will see what is the state of California that is engaging in the P.O.C. This is the entity that's maintaining criminal surveillance, and the entity that is engaging in that is one that is to be federally prosecuted in ways in which it's because of the reality and the proven existence of the system. The government is preparing to be not only humiliated with regard to what is a joke. The United States is a joke, and the prosecution, the compensation, the recovery. It's never been before. It's never been contemplated. It's because it's this level of corruption, this level of criminal conduct at every level. There's no exception. And it includes every public official that are engaging in what is the United States government's criminal system of gang stalking. And the entity that is following to the TAD office is gang stalking via the TAD office. And this is the Transitional Assistance Department. That's what I mean by TAD. San Bernardino County, engaging in what is the violation of your privacy by virtue of the existence of the venue. Let me put it this way: even if I did not have what is a file with the San Bernardino County TAD office, they're in violation of the law by virtue of what the U.S. government is engaging in. They're violating the privacy of the people of the state. There's no distinction with regard to the laws that govern how the San Bernardino County is supposed to operate. They are under all circumstances in violation of the law, and they're violating my privacy as well. I'm going to prosecute them under all circumstances. They're engaged in what is maintaining a government office while the illusion regarding privacy and the reality of criminal surveillance, including of my genitalia. Everything that's discussed is a matter of public information. The U.S. military that has no clearance to engage in violating your privacy, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You don't have any ability under the law, no warrant or probable cause to interfere with my personal private information regarding the San Bernardino County TAD office, but that's exactly what you're doing. And you're doing it with the people of the state. And they're doing that with regard to the maintenance of this criminal system that is ongoing at the San Bernardino County Transitional Assistance Department. This is P.O.C. San Bernardino County is engaged in kidnapping via the corrupt behavioral health aspect of this county, which is criminal defamation. San Bernardino County engaged in. San Bernardino County maintaining the library, which is the government. I'm documenting Chino, California, San Bernardino County. That's Chino Branch Library. Fontana Lewis Library, San Bernardino County. The entities engaging with is gang stalking at the California Department of Motor Vehicles. I'm documenting this in Fontana. I'm documenting this in Rancho Cucamonga. I'm documenting this in Glendale, where the entities maintaining the P.O.C. This is speaking to the entity that, and again, Glendale's outside of San Bernardino County, but it's the same state of California. Okay, so the entity is engaging in this P.O.C. and this is the government to be prosecuted regarding what is a federal RICO for treason. Those that are outside of the United States are aware of your personal private information. It includes when you go to the doctor's office. It includes when you go to the county office. It includes when you're in the bathroom. It includes when you're on the internet. And this is that massive ritual and the massive humiliation ritual. While the United States has betrayed American citizens like myself, keeping us under surveillance in concert with those that are even outside of the United States, and doing so for the purpose of targeting us and permitting those outside of the United States. It's enough for the U.S. government to violate our privacy, but the U.S. government does so by betraying us, levying war upon us, and doing so and permitting those outside of the nation to do so, even doing so for profit, those that are outside of the union, incentivizing, paying the U.S. government, such as those within the city, the Ontario Police Department, to keep you under surveillance, to take your life, to kidnap you, to defame your character. This is the U.S. government that's engaging in that pattern of conduct. This is treason, and all the ways in which you are violated, your privacy is violated, your humanity and your dignity is violated, your reputation, with regard to which you have a right to not be a matter of public information. Okay, this is the P.O.C. It's speaking to the lack of any integrity in any courtroom. All right, speaking to the lack of any legitimacy regarding any ongoing investigation, police departments, law enforcement in general, because this is speaking to every facet of life regarding the reality of surveillance. So this is the P.O.C. It is currently 9:58 a.m. Alrighty, this is the U.S. military monitoring at San Bernardino County, flying over me at San Bernardino County at 10:14 a.m. While Allied Universal is indeed gang stalking, just like they are in Fontana, under a fake sun. They're pacing in the parking lot. They're monitoring me while I'm inside, and the people of the state that are in a government engaging in what is waiving their privacy rights while they're monitoring with the government, talking about all their county benefits and money and Medi-Cal benefits. They're gang stalking. This is San Bernardino County, which is the state of California. This is an office that's associated with the state of California. If you can look up the state of California, you will see Gavin Newsom with regard to San Bernardino County, the California DMV. This is the same entity that is gang stalking. That's the U.S. military that just flew over my head. You see the fake. It's not over the Upland Public Library. It's reflecting off of this third party's vehicle. These demons are surrounding. This is threatening conduct by the entity stalking. 9 Larry Paul Kelly 561 and 9 Larry Victor Frank 269. This is the U.S. military that's stalking with the people of the state under the fake sun, and my evidence shows the fake sun over me, and the entity gang stalking me by helicopter at this same venue, keeping the fake sun well into the afternoon at the same 1627 East Holt Boulevard. All right, this is P.O.C. The entity is engaged in what is monitoring them on the inside. That's why the U.S. military is greeting me as I walk out of the door with a plane hovering over, amplified in volume, under the fake sun. It is indeed 10:15 a.m. What is over those are demons inside of the Upland Public Library, and that's not the sun over the Upland Public Library. All right, it's the same thing, the same analysis. The Fontana Lewis Library, it's the same analysis regarding the entity keeping the fake sun over the OVITT Family Community Library, over the Ontario City Hall, the Civic Center, and you're getting the context. What are they doing in the environment? They're pacing. This is mental illness upon public corruption, pursuant to what is gang stalking, criminal surveillance, and furtherance of murder of an American citizen that's subject to it. In the United States, the people of the state are doing this in concert with those outside of this country, and this is the prosecution for treason. All right, this is P.O.C. The entity is violating my rights and also committing fraud. While you're monitoring me, you know exactly who I am, and you know very well that I do not belong on no food stamps. In fact, San Bernardino County, the state of California, stole my money from me. They're the same entity, stole my ID, my identity, and stole my property while you are committing fraud, while you are gang stalking. This is the entity that's going to be federally prosecuted. That is the state of California, the U.S. government. License.
7 Wendy Kelly Xavier 155. This is P.O.C. That's Omnitron. How can I help you? They're focused on me outside. My case number? I don't have it on hand. Why? Oh yeah, my appointment's at 10. My appointment's at 10:30. So, thank you for your help. She's monitoring. Okay. This is the P.O.C. These are the demons of the U.S. military. Is that what this is? Another cult member? These are the homosexuals that are gang stalking. The entities engage in that pattern of conduct while they're monitoring. Okay, the U.S. military are homosexuals that engage in what is the pattern of conduct. 7 Wendy Kelly Xavier 155 over me, and she's not concerned about my appointment. She's concerned about the footage that I'm gathering regarding prosecuting thieves like Gavin Newsom. Okay, this is the P.O.C. This is San Bernardino County. This is the state of California, and this is prosecuting that entity. These are demons, aged. Oh, okay. I just want to be clear. Demons don't have a race. This is indeed the Marine Corps, the cult members that are at San Bernardino County gang stalking. This is a demon, and this is an aged homosexual, P.O.C. All right, under the fake sun. These are the ones that are stalking me, doing cartwheels in Southwest Airlines planes, using what is a demon that is in this vehicle to cross path. Okay, that's the pattern of conduct. It's currently 10:18 a.m. at 1627 East Holt Boulevard, where San Bernardino County Transitional Assistance Department is guilty of fraud upon targeting me in furtherance of murder. They're also the same entity engaged in criminal defamation, and everybody working, engaging in kidnapping with the Ontario police are going to prison. P.O.C. Thank you. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm fine. No problem.
Come on, put the bag for you.
Oh,
No blocking eyes, damage prayers.
yeah. Yeah, I can set on the playing. This is food.
Perfect, you're good, thank you. I'm just gonna stay in your pocket.
All right. Oh, sorry. It's like a battery thing?
Yeah, just anything that'll
Sorry.
Go ahead, turn around. Thank you.
Alrighty, everybody inside of the TAD office is gang stalking while the U.S. military just flew over the building. And these are demons, okay? This is demon possession, which does not have any race, by the way. You're looking at them as black as tar, and you're looking at them as white as cotton, engaging in the same exact criminal activity. And even the cult members themselves of the Marine Corps, they had a homosexual over the age of, he had to be pushing at least 85, coming to gang stalk in close proximity. All right, his partners are the ones that are stalking me in commercial planes and stalking me in the plane that flew over my head as I walk outside of this office. This is the office that's engaging in what is psychological. This is what I mean with regard to damages. Oopsie. This is what I mean with regard to damages that have never been contemplated before. I'm going to prosecute San Bernardino County, the state of California, for literally the video, which is evidence of psychological torture while I'm subject to that traumatic experience upon walking out of the doors of 1627 East Holt Boulevard, where they're keeping me and my private information pertaining to government benefits that are the product of fraud committed by San Bernardino County in the state of California, that is acting in conformity to the U.S. government's pattern of conduct that is keeping me under surveillance at this office with the people of the state. All right, this is the entity that's engaged in that. It is currently 10:21 a.m. This is P.O.C. All right, it is currently 10:49 a.m. and I am at 1627 East Holt Boulevard, San Bernardino Transitional Assistance Department. This is the government, just like the libraries are. This is the government as I'm documenting the people of the state engaging in the U.S. government's pattern of conduct. And while I'm at the office and scheduled to meet with a person, a human being that did not want to reschedule at a time more convenient for me, they're trying to call me on the phone and talk to me while I'm in the waiting room, waiting for an appointment. And this is the entity that's engaged in monitoring. So the phone call is a matter of everybody's in here gang stalking is monitoring on my device and is listening to that conversation as well. But I do want to document the fact that they are engaging what is calling me on the phone when I'm in the waiting room for an appointment to meet with a person. And it's all pursuant to the P.O.C. as well. This is 10:50 a.m.
serving H. 41 at second floor, door safe. Now serving H. 41 at second floor, door safe.
The announcements are used to monitor. And I wiped my device clean, took the battery out, do not use it, because the entity that it's monitoring is engaged in what is trying to block my ability to create Google accounts. And so they're requiring or requesting to call me right now on the phone is relevant to that entity that's engaged in what is wanting to access my device, wanting to monitor it while I'm here to meet with a physical person.
Now serving H. 41 at second floor, door safe.
Just want to make sure I document that. They know that they're seeing it monitoring my phone, and I'm documenting how the entity is engaged in monitoring pursuant to creation of Google accounts. And I've been creating Google accounts, but it requires me to keep my phone absolutely wiped clean. And that's the case right now. I don't even have the battery in. And they are intentionally also requesting to talk to me on the phone when I'm here at a time that they set. And in order to meet with a person. Hello, this message is intended for Erica. I am giving you a call from the county of San Bernardino. You can contact the customer service center. Thank you. Click here to listen to the full message. Well, I'm here to meet with the person. This is the entity that's monitoring. Mm-hmm. Why nobody else is getting phone calls? They're announcing your number, which I already have. I've had it since I checked in at 8:49 a.m. in order to go to where they are telling you to report to in order to have your meeting. Why are you trying to call me on the phone? You're monitoring, first of all. And why are you trying to call me on the phone when I've already reported here and checked in for an appointment with a person? Not to talk on the phone. And while I'm here leaving a voice message that says to call customer service, why would I call customer service and I'm here at the office? I just want to document the entity that's engaged in what is terrorism flying over the building over my head by the U.S. military and the ongoing circus conduct while a bunch of bots are in here studying their devices, gang stalking with San Bernardino County. Alrighty, these are the games that the entity plays when you are documenting it. I'm notified by one of the employees here at the moment that I take a screenshot that is depicting the criminal conspiracy to commit murder that is shared amongst the U.S. military and San Bernardino County. The moment that I take that screenshot is when she comes out of this door, which you know is used for activity creation, monitoring, and states, oh, they're trying to call you. They're trying to call me on the phone that I have wiped clean, that I don't have powered on, that I don't need when I'm here for an appointment with a person either. That everyone else has been engaged in what is monitoring me while they announce, just like you heard, the announcements numbers H18. They're going to meet with people. So why are you calling me on the phone? I just want to point that out while I'm taking ongoing documentation. That's when you're trying to reach me on the phone while I'm in the office.
Now serving H. 44 at second floor, door safe.
E32, B32.
Can I ask you a question? Who do I speak to about someone trying to call me when I'm here for an appointment? Like, why would they do that? Ask them at the front. You don't know anything about them trying to call me? A18?
No.
Oh, okay.
E32. E32?
Yeah.
Okay, this is again the entity that is requesting to call me on the phone. This is federal stalking. Even the request, opening, coming through the door at the moment that the worker does is pursuant to federal stalking. But the entity is engaged in what is federal stalking via communication devices in concert with the people who are inside of the office of San Bernardino County. That's engaged in Title 18, Section 22618, subsections 1 and 2, criminal surveillance via communication devices. And they are facilitating that criminal activity in concert with the people of the state. All right, so the entity, including while you're requesting to speak to me on the phone, when I'm here at the office. Wait. Oh, yeah, these are mine. When I'm here at the office, and I'm here at the office pursuant to your request, and I'm here at the office on time. I'm here at the office, and 10:30 has passed. While you are gang stalking me, everything that's happening in this office is centered around me. And so this is an entity that's engaged in federal stalking, and I want to make sure that you take note with regard to the way in which I'm going to prosecute the state. Even the request to call me on the phone is a means of monitoring my device and letting all of these vagina monitors in here monitor my device as I power it on and you call me, and it's an unnecessary circle for nothing other than what is the P.O.C. And the entity is engaging in this pursuant to what is my documentation about the U.S. military that is sharing in a criminal conspiracy to commit murder. That's why San Bernardino County is gang stalking. They've conspired my murder, and they're acting in furtherance of it, including by gang stalking me right now. Alrighty, it is 11:04 a.m. Impulsible light activity in the depths of this room, which I documented before along the ceiling. I documented while the demons are stalking the commercial plane, while the demons pace in and out of the entrance doors, while the entity is maintaining light activity in the back of the lobby of this area where I'm at right now. Flashing a light appears next to me. This is an entity that's engaged in what is monitoring with the U.S. military demons that are in the parking lot. Okay, the aged homosexual, the white male, that's with the U.S. Marines, while his partners are stalking me by plane flying over my head. This is relevant to the mentally ill that are gang stalking. And this is the government. It's going to be very costly, and it's also going to be relevant to federal prison and commitments because the government is the one that is engaging in this psychopathic pattern of conduct with San Bernardino County. This is the government that's going to be compensating for psychological torture and violation, unprecedented violation of my privacy while they are gang stalking inside of a county office. And that is relevant regarding the impossible light activity flashing on the wall right next to me. And then you have a bunch of mentally ill demons that are sitting around, again, like they always are, as though nothing is happening. That's the mentally ill entity that's keeping you under surveillance. It's currently 11:06 a.m. The entity amplifying plane activity at 11:07 a.m. The entity is amplifying plane activity at the Stater Brothers. I don't know when they're actually taking off. They were amplifying plane activity also at campus in HOLT. And the entity is engaging in the pattern of conduct of stalking with planes. All right, this is P.O.C. Everybody in the building is sharing in what is violation of my private information pertaining to having a file with San Bernardino County, and the government's going to be prosecuted for that. P.O.C. Can I ask a quick question? Someone told me that, well, this lady actually, she was really helpful, told me that someone was trying to call me on the phone, even though I'm here for an appointment in person, and the time for that appointment already passed. It was at 10:30, and I don't know why they would call me on the phone, but I got a voicemail, and I can't talk to anybody at that voicemail. It's telling me to call like an 800 number or something.
Okay, yeah, so that number that they asked you to call is actually a customer service number.
Yeah, why would I call customer service though? Like, why?
Yeah, I don't know why. And then someone calls you, yeah,
Why would they do that if I'm here in the building? I mean, that's assuming that I had the phone in the first place, you know? What if I didn't have it?
yeah. Who is the worker on the case? Fabiola. All right, so
They are pacing.
Email, but she should be.
What's her name?
Her name is Fabiola.
Fabiola? Okay. Is she still meeting with me? It was 10:30. There's no information about why I'm still waiting?
I've been here.
I don't see no information. Your name's still on the call log. She's just, I do not know where she's at. She might be on her break. I have no idea.
Okay, thank you for, maybe she can help me. Do you know why she would, somebody called and left a voicemail?
Yeah.
And it's telling me to call customer service, but why would I do that when I'm here?
Yeah, so, because
Is she trying to tell me something, or?
that's why I sent the email. It's not here. They should have put on there a phone interview, but
No, they didn't put a phone interview. They said on the
what is it for?
confirmation, I had to do a reapply again for SNAP benefits. So, and go ahead. I requested the.
Fresh burgers
They put 1627, and they said 1030, and if the here, right here, if I can't do it in here,
You
it's
have the paper because they sent you a. Well, I can look at it.
okay. But all I was just gonna say was like, if I can't do it through this, and you guys know, they didn't tell me that when I did it through the machine. That's all I'm saying. So I have no idea. I don't know that you guys aren't getting this if I'm using your kiosk. You know. Let me get my my bag. Okay, they're pacing. So while I'm in line talking to them, one demon after another is walking behind. They're pacing, monitoring, amplifying plane activity. And this is where the fake sun that you already saw, where the U.S. military is flying over my head, over the building. This is P.O.C. Everything I'm talking about is a matter of public information. This is an ongoing federal offense. It's 11:11 a.m.
There we go. Now it's
So what's the customer service number going to tell me? Wouldn't it be like a autumn?
Send this email so I can tell her.
Oh,
that
my
I'm
bad.
Sitting at my desk.
Okay.
Please call her. She is. And what's your phone number?
909 268. That's an old number though. But whoever it is, they have it because they just called my phone. So, but I wasn't able to answer it because it was still powering on. So, excuse me.
all right.
Yeah, it pulled it up. It didn't say anything. It pulled up my appointment time and everything today, so I don't know how. Oh, here she is. This is Erica speaking. Is this Miss Fabiola? Hi.
So you can go sit over there, dear.
I'm here. Oh, okay, so it's a phone interview? Okay, it did not tell me that it was a phone interview. I thought I had to physically come to the office.
Okay.
Well, because I'm here, let me get away from her desk. Thank you for helping me. The thing is, I want to make sure that it's completed today because I had to set aside time out of my life, really, which was really inconvenient, and I wasn't able to reschedule for some reason. So if I do a phone call with you today, is it going to be totally complete, or how does that work? I'm sorry, can I get past you, please? Okay.
And all you need, because I have my card, I have everything. This is just making sure everything is up to par, right? Everything is updated and accurate as far as your records show, right? Okay, so that means it should be complete and I'll be fine. And I don't have to come back to the office or anything, right? I mean, granted, there's no problem, right? Okay. Yes. Okay. Which one do you want first? So my data, I want you to hear the plane activity. The people of the state entering. Fabiola is monitoring. I'm gonna go ahead and get an image. The entity is hovering, that's UPS. Under the fake sun. Doing so the moment that I move, that's UPS. The UPS that's dipping and doing cartwheels over the Ontario OVITT Family Community Library, where the entity's keeping the fake sun. And this is where Fabiola, the entity, opted to do a phone call because Fabiola, these demons don't want to be captured in person. I'm prosecuting them anyway. You can do it through email. It's all federal stalking. And they're monitoring the evidence. There is no getting out of it. And UPS is providing evidence against them. You're going to prison for these things. I just want to be clear on that. They're going to prison. But the entity is doing a phone conversation, which UPS, that's the entity, the U.S. military, that's gang stalking under the fake sun at 11:19 a.m. is sharing in that. P.O.C. This is literally evidence against Fabiola. The phone number I'm getting a call on is 909-458-9500 under the fake sun at 1627 East Holt Boulevard. And this is P.O.C. Okay, Fabiola? Hold on, let me turn this up so I can hear you more. Can you hear me? Okay, I can hear you now. Thank you for your patience. I just stepped outside. Right. Oh, okay. No, I didn't. I understand that you're stating that it was scheduled as a phone interview, but that wasn't specified when I did it online on the Benefits Cal website. It did not specify a phone interview. If that was the case, I wouldn't have tried to reschedule. That would have been much more convenient if that was specified. It was not. That's fine though. I'll do the phone interview with you, but I've already gone out of my way and set time. I mean, I could have went where I was going and talked to you on the phone. I didn't know that. So. Okay.
It may take up to half an hour or an hour, just depends. I'm going to inform you of your rights and your responsibilities for the CalFresh program. And then after that, I'm just going to ask you some questions regarding your household information and anything that has to be verified or that you last reported on your SAR 7 6 months ago. The rights and responsibilities is an audio recording, so I'm just going to play that for you, okay?
Okay.
Give the county proof of the information you have when it's needed. Report gambling or lottery winnings over $4,500 in 10 calendar days of report changes as required. The county will give you information about what, when, and how to report. If you don't meet your household reporting requirements, your case will be closed or your CalFresh benefits may be lowered or stopped. Do not put your money or possessions in someone else's name to get CalFresh benefits. Do not make changes or alter any CalFresh cards or documents. Do not sell, trade, or give away your CalFresh benefits or any CalFresh cards or documents. Use CalFresh benefits only to buy eligible items. You have the right to receive an
All right, this is an automated Message right here. Fabiola is gang stalking. You're seeing UPS in another flight. Like they're taking off right here. Okay, so what are they doing over the Stater Brothers, which is west of this location? It's laughable. The U.S. military, these homosexuals are idiots, and so are the people of the state. And I'm prosecuting the state of California while I'm at 1627 East Hope Boulevard that opted to do a phone interview because these cowards know that I'm going to prosecute them. And I'm going to exhaust this state while you're looking at a government office engaging in the pattern of conduct, which UPS, the entity that's engaging in one is the P.O.C. under the fake sun. You'll see the fake sun over me, 1122. You hear the plane activity. It's Fabiola who's on the phone monitoring. It's the state of California, it's San Bernardino County that's monitoring while I'm on the device. Fake sun is over me. Entity stalking by planes. The P.O.C. happens in person in relevant position. The P.O.C. is ongoing on communication devices, and I'm prosecuting Fabiola while she's at a distance on the phone, and these demons are pacing around and doing so in the sky space. This is P.O.C. It's currently 11:23 a.m.
Until the hearing to avoid having to pay back any overpaid benefits. If the administrative law judge rules in your favor, the county will give back any benefits that were cut. Bring a friend or someone with you to the hearing if you do not want to go alone. Have an adult who knows your situation apply for you and do not get to a CalFresh office. Purchase hot foods from participating restaurants or other food establishments if your household is homeless or contains elderly and or disabled members. Recipients that are semi-annual reporting must include a STAR 7 once a year, 6 months after your application or annual renewal. The report must be found on the top right hand of the form. You must report all income received within that month, any changes, and include verification for changes reported. You must report changes in income if someone moves in or out of the home, address change, and if someone in your household gets a new job or stops working. The submit month is with month sign, date, and turn in your report, which is due by the 5th. If the STAR 7 is not turned in by the 11th day of the submit month or is incomplete, benefits may be late, stopped, or cause an overpayment. Contact the Customer Service Center at 877-410-8829 or visit your local office for assistance. Okay, do you have any questions in regards to that?
No, I completely understand. Thank you, Fabiola.
Erica?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Sorry, can you hear me? Yes, I completely understand. Thank you, Fabiola. I got it.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm just going to confirm the phone numbers that we have here on file and mailing address as well, okay? So I have 2 phone numbers on here as well.
Excuse me, one more time?
I have the email as_refine_gold@yahoo.com.
That's correct.
Okay, and then the mailing address 1627 East Hope Boulevard.
That is correct. That's the address here, yeah.
Alright, so I'm just going to ask you some questions that are on this application. I just basically have to ask you them all over again, even though you already completed one, okay?
Sure.
I'll just try to make it as quick as possible. Has anyone moved in or out of your home in the last 6 months?
Has anyone moved in or out of my home in the last few months? No.
Do you want to need someone to help you with your CalFresh case, like an authorized representative?
No, I do not. No.
Okay. Do you have a phone bill?
A phone bill? No. No.
Okay. Is it a government phone? Or is somebody else paying for it?
This is a government issued phone. Yes.
Okay. And number 5, are you homeless and do you pay shelter costs?
These are questions while she's monitoring in real time under the fake sun. Okay, this is the entity that's going to be used. This is going to be used to have them committed upon convicted. I am remaining a transient at this time. UPS is stalking and plane after plane. I'm documenting it. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that, Fabiola?
Yeah, I was just asking if you could repeat your answer because you're cutting off a little bit. The signal goes in and
Right.
out.
No problem. I remain a transient, so I'm without permanent residence. Correct. Fabiola is a psychopath and maintaining the illusion pertaining to the existence of this system, and you're looking at the illusion with reality being juxtaposed at the same time. Do I maintain any, am I in college right now? Is that what you stated?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I've completed my education already.
Okay. Do you get income from a job that is earned income?
I'm currently not employed, no.
Okay, I just do want to clarify a discrepancy on your CalFresh 37 application that you submitted. You did check off yes, but was that a typo?
It is a typo because what it is that I'm maintaining with regard to my own business, it's something that's in the works, but it's not paying me income. I'm not generating any income from it, so it's not. As far as San Bernardino County is concerned, I don't have a job, no.
And then the self-employment is in the works, but like you said,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the plane, Fabiola. Could you repeat that, please?
yeah, no worries. I'm so sorry about that.
Uh-huh.
So you're eventually trying to become self-employed.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you receive any income that comes from unearned sources like Social Security benefits, unemployment, gifts,
I do not.
loans? Okay.
Fabiola is engaged in activity creation while the entity is stalking by commercial plane and asking questions that they already know the answer to. I am not receiving any child support or any such benefits like that, no. And I didn't put that on the application. It's all reflecting that.
Perfect. Okay, and then lastly, I'm just going to ask you these last questions. Have you or any member of your household been convicted of fraudulently receiving a duplicate SNAP benefits?
I have never, no.
Okay.
No, and as far as I know, I'm qualified to receive the SNAP benefits unless San Bernardino County has other information that I'm not qualified.
Okay. Have you or any member of your household ever been convicted of trafficking SNAP benefits or been found guilty of trading SNAP benefits for drugs?
Never, no.
Okay. Thank you. And have you ever been found guilty of trading SNAP benefits for guns, ammunition, or explosives?
No.
Or are you running from the loss of voice prosecution, being taken into custody?
Hold on, there's a UPS point taken over here.
Everything that is on here. Thank you so much. Did you any chance apply for Social Security benefits or unemployment or through the EDD?
I have never applied for any unemployment, not to my knowledge. And no, I have not applied for Social Security benefits. No, I haven't applied for any of that.
Let's see here. Do you want to register to vote?
No, thank you.
Alright, so I'm just going to remind you of your SAR 7. So you are required to submit a SAR 7 report in 6 months. That's a semi-annual report, and the form is mailed out to you, or you can complete that through Benefits Calc. And then if you do report any changes to your household and income at that time, just please make sure to attach proof of any changes that you report. You do have an income reporting threshold, so for a household of 1, that is 1,696, basically stating that if you do ever go over that limit, you are required to let the county know within 10 days of you knowing. We also, CalFresh offers a program called Employment and Training. It's known as ENT, which offers services such as supervised job search, assistance with education and job retention services. Is that something that you're interested in signing up for? It's optional.
Okay, thank you for that information. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Is that something that you're interested in?
No, not at this time. Thank you,
Okay.
Fabiola.
And then I do have to let you know about our expedited services. Did you receive benefits this month or May?
I absolutely did. Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay,
you. I would have
perfect.
said
Okay,
something. It would have been a problem.
Okay, so in that case, you're not eligible at this time for expedited services because you already received it. You know, ES, expedited services, is when we can rush the benefits within 3 days so that you just
Yeah, it's fine.
get
So
it
it's just going to continue on time next month, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine.
And then, so it looks like you're eligible for our restaurant meals program, meaning that you can purchase hot and prepared foods with, you know, EBT is accepted. I'm not sure if you tried that before already.
They do that already, right?
Yeah.
Or is it something that I have to sign up with you guys specifically, or is it something else?
No, you should be available to it.
Yes, but yes, absolutely. I've
Yeah.
done that. I know some fast food restaurants accept it, so I'm aware of that. But I thought
For
maybe
meals. Okay.
okay.
No,
I thought you had
as
something
long
else.
as you're aware of it.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, so you already answered the register to vote. Okay, that's about it. So if you do have any questions in regards to your case, your application, you can contact the customer service center. And do you have that number available, or would you want me to give that to you?
Can you go ahead and give that to me right now, please?
Okay. You ready for that?
I am ready. Yes.
Okay, so that is 877-410-8829.
Okay.
And then if you do want to come into the office, you can also come into the office, use the kiosk, or use benefitscal.com. Do you have any questions for me at this time while I have you on the phone?
You have answered all of my questions. In the future, is there a way to get clarification? Is this the general policy? Typically, the next time you have this, is it always going to be a phone interview?
I feel like you can request for an in-person interview. So I do work for a different office at this time, so I just get the scheduled interviews as a telephone interview. But I'm pretty sure you can request for in-person.
But it's all the same San Bernardino County, right? It's going through
Yeah,
1627. All right, you're just physically located somewhere else. Okay, I
Somewhere
understand.
else, yeah.
I understood.
But I'll make a note there that you thought you were gonna get an in-person interview and that's what you wanted. So next time.
Right. It's just a little bit of an inconvenience that I had to come here, but it's important enough. I had to do that. But if I would have known, I could have continued with what I have scheduled today and done this, but that's fine. It's not your fault, Fabiola. It just was not specified on the website where I completed the application.
The application, okay, I understand. Okay, sounds good. All right, so I'll go ahead and enter all this information. Looks like nothing has changed, so it'll be good to process, okay?
All right. Thank you very much,
All right,
Fabiola.
that's good. All right.
Have a good day.
All right, thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, as the record shows, it's 909-458-9500. Fabiola is representing San Bernardino County. Fabiola is a state actor, and she is monitoring me while she's on a communication device. This is literally, you're witnessing what is federal stalking under Title 18, Section 22618, subsections 1 and 2. The mere operation of the devices in the environment is accomplishing criminal monitoring. She is cooperatively targeting me while asking me questions that she already knows the answer to, and it is by science proven that she knows. And her stating in court, for example, that she does not know, that she never met me, that she's not familiar with my file, it is all disproven by virtue of the specific environment, which is supernatural. This is also combined with the evidence of UPS that has no takeoff that's going to occur in alignment with me. They also don't have any takeoffs or landings at the Ontario Town Square. They also do not have any landings or takeoffs that are occurring in what is Fontana, California, Upland, California, where the entity is engaged in targeting. UPS is targeting in concert with the entity that includes San Bernardino County, which also physically at this building at 1627 East Hall Boulevard, where I am present right now at 11:38 a.m. The evidence shows that the entity keeping the fake sun when I'm aboard Omnitrans, and that fake sun is moving across this venue and going on Holt Boulevard. The fake sun is over this venue while they're keeping me under surveillance while I'm on the roads and the highways. Also, while I'm at this venue into the afternoon, and the fake sun is over my head. Also, the U.S. government stalking me by helicopters at this venue. These are the hallmarks with regard to Fabiola's knowledge of exactly who I am while she is engaging in what is the surveillance system, maintaining the illusion of privacy, maintaining the necessity, in other words, to confirm my identity, make sure that she's talking to the right person, making sure that she is getting the confirmation in order to make sure that I'm qualified for the benefits from the state, which the state is engaging in what is fraud while they're maintaining this criminal surveillance system. And Fabiola, that is San Bernardino County, knows exactly who I am while I'm being gang stalked at the venue while she is on the communication device monitoring me in concert with the demons in relevant position. This is P.O.C. All right, it is currently 11:39 a.m. I'm going to prosecute San Bernardino County, which is the state of California, and this is how the entity, as I've told you, what they are. They're barbarians. They're Neanderthals. They're idiots, and they are providing evidence against the government while they're gang stalking with Fabiola as a defendant, and I'm going to prosecute her, and her own co-defendants just aided me in that. Okay, this is P.O.C. Fake sun's remaining over me at the 1627 East Hope Boulevard. So when is it going to be over the Fontana Lewis Library, like I'm documenting when I'm arriving at 11, walking up Sierra Avenue, where a bunch of demons are stalking, molesting me with impossible light? That's the entity that's engaging in the P.O.C., knowing exactly who you are, and you're asking me questions regarding what is a psychopathic pattern of conduct, maintaining the illusion of privacy, where the entity is engaging in criminal surveillance. This is P.O.C. It is also a particular act of cowardice, is what you're witnessing, because the entity is very much engaged in what is having an appointment with me in person, and they opted for a phone conversation because they know they're being documented. And I'm going to prosecute the government for fraud. P.O.C. It is currently 11:40 a.m. You hear me? No, I've never been convicted of trafficking SNAP benefits. This is the conviction for anything related to receiving benefits. No, that's
Okay, and then lastly, have you been found by the court of law to be in violation of probation or parole?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question one more time? I'm sorry.
Of course, no, you're fine. Have you been found by the court of law to be in violation of probation or parole?
No, not on probation, not on parole, no pending cases.
Thank you very much. Would you like to see this application?
One more time, what about the application?
Do you want a copy?
Oh, please do. Please send me a copy. Do I have any assets, any open bank accounts, any resources? Yes. No, I do not have any. I don't have any access. I don't have any open bank accounts, no.
And then what city do you mostly stay at?
I'm remaining in the city of Ontario. What is this? This is seconds later. Fake sun is over the top of my head.
And this is what UPS just did, and then they just did a cartwheel right here. Now, how are you engaging in what is the same airline and all of them flying northwest, over 4 miles northwest diagonally? You're not coming from, this isn't even a takeoff from the airport. Remember the image of what I showed you. The takeoff occurs over the sky space of the airport, and that is not this. This is Holt Boulevard. This is the entity, that's a FedEx warehouse back here. They're not flying over the airport at all. They're not taking off, and they're also not going anywhere. They're engaged in activity creation as psychopaths under the fake sun, okay? The fake sun, that's at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Joy is going to prison. Joy, that's in Upland, California, pacing around. Very severe mental illness is what's on the record. She cannot contain her psychopathic pacing, just like the homosexuals, the demons that are flying in commercial planes. This is psychopathic pacing under the scientific phenomenon that is going to be the prosecution for treason by the U.S., treason of the U.S. government and the people of the state. This is the entity that's engaged in that. That's what they were doing in the military plane at Holt and Grove. This is what they're doing while I'm at the Stater Brothers in alignment to my path, while the entity keeps the fake sun, while I am maintaining what is presence aboard not only transportation but also in other cities. This is the entity that's engaging in what you're looking at is me prosecuting Fabiola, a county worker on the phone, monitoring me. This is a P.O.C. And then you're assessing what's the significance. The significance of asking me questions that you know the answer to. You're targeting me, okay? You're psychopathic. That's going to be used to diagnose them. In addition to the psychopathic pacing conduct, the fact that you're a population under a fake sun, the fact that you're maintaining a whole system to keep somebody's genitalia under surveillance, and they're engaging in what is a whole fake reality. You're not working out. You're stalking. This is P.O.C. All right, it is currently 12:06 p.m. Alrighty, you'll see the images of what is psychopathic pacing while the entity that's acting like they're taking off over Holt Boulevard is hovering like I stated. While you're looking at them engaging in cartwheels, this is the government that's blatantly stalking, and the obsession, the mental illness is exceeding what is even their best interest, which is avoiding prison prosecution. The City of Ontario, that is the mayor, Paul Leon, the Ontario City Council, the Ontario City Hall, is engaged in criminal activity. You'll see light activities centered around the Ontario Senior Center, license 1567279. The same actors, the African American, I documented him before, serially stalking, and they do so with regard to monitoring the evidence, and also, but the entire this is a criminal enterprise. So the City of Ontario is being shut down regarding terrorism. They're not going to have jobs because it's funding terrorism and it's facilitating terrorism. And those that are engaged in that pattern of conduct that are subject to federal prison are going to prison because they're shown to be engaging in terrorism and not actual employees of a municipality that's not targeting with the U.S. military, that's stalking everywhere that I'm going, including the county TAD office and the Ontario OVITT Family Community Library. License 16762. Hold on. Excuse me, 1476525 are the two vehicles, the two utility trucks. This is light activity. This is what Securitas is doing at 7 o'clock in the morning, where the fake sun is rising at this same walkway, the Ontario Civic Center, where I'm at the OVITT Library, and it's 1:59 p.m. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That's 7 hours. With regard to what is surveillance by the City of Ontario, that's in contact with the U.S. military that is stalking. That's, again, ongoing evidence for you, not only the criminal conduct, but the diagnosis upon prosecution regarding these being demons who are exceeding even the crime of stalking. The U.S. military that is a stalker is engaging in what is criminal monitoring, which is psychopathic behavior. And you are aware of all of the places where they are stalking, which is irreconcilable with the one airport in Ontario, the two stationary terminals, and the vacillation regarding where the entity is not only keeping a fake sun as I move, but also stalking with commercial planes as I move. This is P.O.C. It's currently 1:59 p.m. P.O.C. This combined with criminal summoning, that's the City of Ontario. And it is Delta Airlines that's stalking right now. Delta is on the belly
of this plane, white plane with the blue strip on the bottom of it. You hear that takeoff? That's the sound of the audible activity at the entrance of the Stater Brothers as well. The Stater Brothers that is west of this location. And it's also the sound of the UPS planes that were stalking me in concert with Fabiola on the phone today, where the entities engaging in what are doing cartwheels and flipping in the sky space. That's the U.S. military. The homosexuals that are severely mentally ill and gang stalking me with the Marine Corps that arrived under the fake sun as I am documenting their buddies gang stalking at 1627 East Holt. This is P.O.C. The entities, again, very fearful. They commit the crime and then they're fearful of me publishing on the internet. Again, referring to the mental illness of the demons. What do you think I'm going to do? Oh, that which I've been doing? Yeah. And what do you think is going to happen? It's going on the internet. And the fact that you engage in that pattern of conduct where you reasonably anticipate that, and I want to be clear, that is your conviction. You will be suffering federal consequences within the four walls of a tribunal. This is the case, and the entity's engaging in that before all of you. That's the mentally ill, the incompetent, the unstable. Okay, the homosexuals. Okay, the entity that's engaging in what is stalking and doing so while the U.S. military is providing the case against the people of the state for me. That's P.O.C. It is currently 2:09 p.m. The entity sounding sirens, criminal summoning, which you understand the purpose of that. They don't even need sirens. They don't have an emergency system. They're not learning anything. They're engaging in monitoring. And this is relevant to murder that LAPD committed. All right. And they're going to be accountable for that as well. This is the P.O.C. It is currently 2:09 p.m. All right, stalking in concert with the U.S. military in furtherance of murder, while again making less than $50,000 a year, gang stalking. Doing so while stalking as a so-called security guard. This is the entity that's engaged in that, and doing so under the fake sun. That's at approximately 6:15, 6:16 p.m. And the demon that is, you'll see in that same uniform, the same license plate, which is, by the way, license 9 Edward Zebra Kelly 933. This is the African American female that changes her wig on a daily basis. She won't be able to do that in prison. She is gang stalking with the U.S. military and doing so with impunity, doing so while she's in position as I'm using my device, which is also a threat under the law, while the U.S. military is stalking in planes and helicopters. And this is that which the entity is doing while living war, as though you have authority to ever engage in what are kidnappings. That's what the U.S. military committed via the Ontario Police and San Bernardino County Sheriff and the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court. While you have any sort of authority to then engage in what you're stalking in aircrafts, as though you're going to drop bombs, you're going to engage in some sort of raid, you're going to come and get me while you're stalking. This is what's relevant regarding the stalkers, who are the people of the state, like this third-party license 9 Edward Zebra Kelly 933, surrounding in the path under the fake sun. And she is under that fake sun at 6:16 p.m. and she is under that fake sun again 4 hours earlier than at 6:16 p.m., which is approximately 2:24 p.m. She's engaged in that pattern of conduct with the entity. And this is the entity that very much is needful of federal prison, okay? And commitment, stalking under a fake sun, stalking with light, which is what she's engaging in. A psychopath that stalks on a golf cart and slings light at me. Very microaggressive, passive-aggressive, psychotic behavior. Keeping my vagina under surveillance. Doing so with the population, and then wearing a security guard while engaging in that criminal conduct. This is the entity that's engaging in that, and they're doing so while they're monitoring all the evidence that's going on the internet. All of it's going on the internet, and they're engaging in what is that pattern of conduct with regard to the prosecution. That's also going to be all over the internet and all over media, and you're also going to witness exactly what it is that I'm saying is going to happen. This one with the wig is going to prison. The other one with the mop on her head is going to prison. Dylan is systematically monitoring with the OVITT Family Community Library. Leo with Securitas is systematically monitoring, stalking with light. He's going to federal prison. The entity has a pattern of engaging in what is kidnapping, while they are psychopaths engaging in surveillance, which is proven through science, right? The entity, and it's also proven through their pattern of conduct of stalking, all right? And it's exceeding stalking. This is a psychopath that's doing more than just stalking. She's engaged in monitoring, which is necessarily implicating severe mental instability. That's a threat to the national security, okay? She represents an entity. And that third-party company, Securitas, which is basically not going to exist. All of the employees are demons engaging in terrorism, and I'm going to prosecute Securitas for that. It is currently
2:30 p.m. This is P.O.C, the entity engaging in federal stalking, doing so at the OVITT Family Community Library. While it was over me at the 1627 San Bernardino County TAD office, it was not over the OVITT Family Community Library. That would not be the case in the natural environment, in other words. But I already have it on the record where this demon with the weave is engaging in that pattern of conduct, and it's engaging in an outright change in location, to put it in simpler terms. It's deviating from what I'm documenting when I am at the OVITT Family Community Library. And if that's the natural environment, there's no deviation in that. So the entity is stalking with an environment, and you are stalking, and you're stalking while you're wearing a uniform, you're stalking while you're collecting a paycheck, you are stalking while you're witnessing the fact that you are a stalker being published online, and the federal law is going to recognize that. In other words, that's the point. It's currently 2:31 p.m. This is P.O.C. Page 1 Cafe, the overweight Latina females gang stalking. They engage in surrounding together. She comes out of the entrance, the same entrance that they come and molest me with impossible light in the morning. She's outside of the, coming out, going into the gated area of Page 1 Cafe, and the African-American female with the Securitas position comes into the front of the walkway on the side of the OVITT Family Community Library, where you're looking at the evidence of the U.S. military stalking, where I'm going from place to place. That's why they were stalking by planes as I'm walking on Holt Boulevard. And that fake sun, proof that the U.S. military, this is the entity you have to document, but it's their mental illness, not mine. This is the P.O.C, and they're engaged in that surrounding conduct while they're monitoring my evidence, and that's going to be used against them. Okay, that's the pattern of conduct. It's currently 2:31 p.m.